Hello students, today we are going to see the topic Agile Supply Chain Management. I am Prof. Kalidas to handle the session for you. So Agile Supply Chain is a practical approach to managing supply networks and developing flexible capabilities to satisfy the fast-changing customer demand. Supply chain is a concept where right from the production till to the delivery, the product is being tracked by the user. So if we want any modifications that has to be incorporated during the production, we can insist the manufacturing sector to accommodate his needs. That demand should be made agile. Agile in the sense, immediately it has to be incorporated. So the integration between the agile manufacturing and the supply chain management is called as the agile supply chain. So in order to satisfy the fast changing demand of the customer, the supply network and the flexible capabilities of the product should be improved. So it is about moving and transforming a supply chain that is structured around the local company and its product categories to the one that is centered at the end customer and their network. So it's simple. It's going to be available very nearer and as fast as possible, they are going to get that particular product. So what are the key components of a agile supply chain? So there are 4 components: virtual integration, process integration, network-based, market thinking. So the virtual integration says, I'm going to know immediately whatever may be the demand that is being given by the customer. So I should keep in touch with the customer. I have to give him a virtual environment that I have incorporated whatever may be his idea. So on both the sides, open visibility should be available virtually. In process integration, so we are going to coordinate the process and collaborating all the departments, we are going to produce that particular component and design. In network based, how the core competence has been achieved and what are the real capabilities that we have, whether to accommodate that particular idea given by him or not. Everything has been coming under the network based. Then market sensitive. So once it is sent to the market or sent to the user, we have to listen to their feedbacks and we have to look the market, what is the trend is going on. So everything comes under the market sensitive. So virtual integration as said, so the supply chain which is able to respond changes in the local market requirement and to find its opportunities. So it should be able to leverage the skills, assets and other resources in all the units that they operate. So it should establish the shared goals and communicate to all the stakeholders of the supply chain and work jointly. So the bond between the organizations should not be vertical. It means the sharing of knowledge should be there. So in fact, it's a virtual integration. So just getting an idea of the virtual integration. It is again characterized by informal, flexible and dynamic relationship between the units. Then it does not centrally control the operation, but it supports and facilitates the supply chain. The virtual integration also provides senior management of the method to support Then as a structure and process has to be kept minimum individual integration and individual unit involvement must be fully empowered. So I am the user to get the product. I should have a visualization in that virtual environment. I should all the stakeholders should participate. So they have to control the ideas or suggestions, how they may control the operations that has been in the supply chain. So everything is being virtually connected to it. So market sensitivity. So it is means the internal measures of the supply chain which are sourced and linked to the external market. Then we see performance measures and business assessments based on the data and information got from internal operations. There is a possibility of upgrading the management and trade supply chain. So that has to be taken care. What a truly supply chain means is the performance measure and operational improvement at higher levels of market sense. Right. Judging the market. So it has two implications. The first one is the internal performance measure. So how quickly the internal customers and the external customers are going to be satisfied, and how we are going to map the customer's requirement to the product. So all comes under the internal performance. Then how quickly we are going to adapt to the particular change. If there is a market need, and if there is some technology that has been incorporated in the market, how quickly we are going to adapt it in our manufacturing sector. So that is the quick responsive. Then process integration. So it is like if you have a lot of departments, so all the departments should be integrated together during the operational process. So you are going to have a straightforward approach. So if there is any problem, if there is any corrective changes, then it has to be responded immediately. And the entire integration has been taken as a single entity. So each and everyone is responsible for that particular manufacturing. Then forecasting based on the business units is not encouraged. So instead of that, if the forecast is generated, there may be a problem of inconsistency. So we're going to concentrate on the product, not mostly on the forecast. We are going to concentrate on the product type, technology involved, and all that. So there is this called as the market lead team. So who is responsible for the forecasting taken by the supply chain. Just they will give an idea, but we are not going to take it serious. And setting out the capability of coordinating the prime sectors for the delivery. So even to the internal stakeholders, they should have an external source where you can have the deliver. And all the stakeholders, including the managers, should be involved into the forecasting for improvement of the goals. So the business improvement will take a sense. So the commitment of integrating all the resources in order to obtain a process. So network based, it is the two types of network. One is stable and another one is dynamic. So stable in the sense the supplier's involvement is fixed. So they are going to have a similar type of inputs. So the operational guidelines are formally the same. But in dynamic network, the component remains the same, but the idea given by the customers are different. So there is always a talk between the suppliers and the buyers to incorporate the ideas. And there is possibilities of giving outsourcing also. So while outsourcing, again, whatever the information that is set to them has to be given to the contractors and other outsourcing people. That is something to be network based. So these market forces are formalized structures in which all the parties are bonded together. So they should have a sophisticated information system to share the idea. So every stakeholder may be sitting at some place. So if the customer says a change, then of course we have to have a good network to communicate the change to all the stakeholders. So in this lecture summary, we have seen about the framework of Agile supply chain. Thank you.